Hey everybody, we're back again with Mark Collinsworth, the CIO, Chief Investment Officer of Vere Global Wealth Management, to talk about a article that was in the Guardian newspaper recently, which is entitled "Half of Recent U.S. Inflation is Due to High Corporate Profits," according to a report that they studied. It's in the Guardian, and they make a big deal that the corporations are not reducing costs, even though their costs have been reduced. With their costs coming down, they still are not giving consumers a break. Mark, what do you think?
I think that's a bunch of bull crap where you have a liberal organization trying to blame capitalism for higher prices. That totally negates the purpose of capitalism is a more efficient product at a lower price. The reason why corporate profits are going up is going to give you a perfect example. You go to one of these liberal states where they say the minimum wage has to go from $10 to $20, and now corporations have to pay $20 to the worker. Not only they pay $20 to the worker, they now have to pay they pay 7% in Social Security taxes on that extra $10. So what does the corporation do? Corporation passes that cost on to the consumer. If the state governments and the federal government would keep their nose out of those businesses, then the businesses would be able to basically keep their prices low. What they do when the federal government puts a tax on people or causes the government because those people or those companies pay a higher wage, that wage gets passed on to the consumer. That's why you have inflation. It's the government's fault of sticking their nose in private businesses and telling them how they should be run.
But according to the report, they say that the big brass in these corporations are bragging to their stockholders that profits are going up, even though their costs of producing their products are going down.
Well, I find that hard to believe because if you look at we talk about the consumer price index a lot and what the consumer actually pays. There's another number called the producer price index that actually shows what the actual corporations have to pay on their input costs. Input costs have actually gone up, not down. So the Guardian, their story right there is a flat blooming lie right there automatically.
Because Biden has been talking about the greed of corporations, that they're holding up the public unnecessarily. He said that a number of times. So you're saying that that doesn't hold water.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe a company like Burisma hadn't been paying Hunter Biden $50,000 a month, who had no experience whatsoever. Maybe Burisma wouldn't have to raise the prices of its gas products to its consumers, to pay for the corruption and everything within the Biden family.
Yeah, I mean, Biden has said, the price gouging is what's actually going on. And I don't know if the consumers are believing that or not, but, the consumers are still complaining, despite the quote success of Bidenomics, that everything is still high, very high.
Well, this is the thing, and politicians know this. The average voter doesn't have the time to actually research this stuff. They know the average voter comes home from work and they may turn the TV on between the time they get home and have dinner and watch 10 minutes of news. They throw these little blurbs out to people that don't know any better, and they hear this and all of a sudden they believe it. Oh, corporate profits are up because they're raising the prices of your goods, and that's causing the inflation. No president, think about it, no president in history has ever got on TV and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up the economy. It's all my fault." Have you ever heard a politician admit that they messed up?
Well, the president keeps saying Bidenomics, it's working.
If it was working, then why they go out and they now are trying to say it's the economy? They used to say Bidenomics. They're dropping Biden's name from it because it sucks so bad. And this is the big thing. If it was working so well, you don't have to spend money to prove people that it's working so well. If it's working well on its own. You don't have to tell people. It's like you buy a car. If the car is running great, you don't complain about it. When the car breaks down, you complain. People are complaining because the economy freaking sucks, and it's because of the freaking Democrats.
Okay, I guess it's safe to assume that you won't be voting for Biden this election year.
Well, no, and the reason why is listen to the moron. Did you see the news clip from this week? He got up there and was at a brewery in Michigan or something or Wisconsin and was talking about, hey, the brewery in the Western Hemisphere got the beer we drink the beer. I don't know where you saw that clip, right?
I
And
did.
I wish people that saw me after I just did that imitation of him should watch that clip. The man couldn't make a whole sentence. He started talking about something in the West, about beer distilleries in the West, and he was I mean, it was like there was another clip. The people on the news listened to it 100 times, ran through a computer, saying they couldn't. It was garbled. Literally, I listened to the clip 3 times. I couldn't even make out a single word in the 3 sentences. I couldn't even make out a single word. Identify an is or a the or a be or anything. It sounded like he was speaking Swahili.
Well, despite all that, he got the endorsement of the United Auto Workers this week, despite the fact that he's pushing EVs, which is going to put a lot of people supposedly out of jobs in the auto industry.
Well, you probably also, I don't know if you'll notice this also, but that the auto workers union, they also said that the average worker there probably would not vote for Biden because so many jobs are being lost to China because of the EV manufacturing.
So why did the United Auto Workers give him an endorsement?
Probably because, as everything, they get some kind of like, kickbacks or something. Nothing's ever done for the actual people that actually work to make the economy run. The people that are in power always try to figure out a way to get more power or more money on the backs of the working people. No politician ever in their entire career has ever done anything to help out the working man.
All right, Mark, on that bleak note, your usual bleak note, I guess we'll end this session. And your final word, as usual, is what?
People, it's always the darkest right before it gets really freaking bad. And it's usually because the Democrats are making it freaking bad.
Okay, Mark. See you later.
I see it. Thanks.